So, most people think that the first thing you should do when you buy land is to start digging trenches. But trust me, the smartest thing you can do is to put a small cabin on your site first. Let me explain. Welcome back to the series. If you're new here, I'm documenting the process of building a home in Zimbabwe while living abroad. In each episode, I take you through a real part of the journey, from land purchase to the final brick. Today's episode is all about site prep, the not so glamorous but absolutely essential work that happens before actual construction starts. So, you really want to put up a wooden cabin before laying a single brick, especially if you're building on a stand without any structures. I decided to put up a double-roomed wooden cabin. One room would store all the building materials, things like cement, tools, fittings and other things. And the other room would house somebody staying on site to look after everything. I know it might not look like somewhere where most people would want to live in, but Zim's really tough. You wouldn't believe it if I told you I literally had about 5 people come to the gate to ask if I needed somebody to stay on the site. The way I thought about it is that it's a win-win. They get a place to stay rent-free and I get somebody on site 24/7. So let's talk about why a cabin is really worth it. The first thing really is security. With tools, cement and other materials on site, you can't just leave them lying around. A cabin gives you a secure place to store everything. Another reason really would be shelter. Whether it's you, your builders or visitors, there needs to be somewhere to rest or escape the rain or even work from if you're supervising. Another reason is that it can give you an on-site caretaker if you choose to have somebody to live in one of the rooms. And once the construction is complete, it can be reused. You can sell it, I suppose, or you can just simply repurpose it. You can keep things like rabbits or chickens, or simply just use it for storage. You can see here in one of the rooms, we're keeping all manner of things. The builders keep their food here, they keep the tools, bags of cement, and all sorts of things. Okay, let's talk about ground preparation. If you remember on the first episode where I was showing the land, there was quite a lot of grass along the edges and some small trees. As you can see now, we got all that cleared. We also cleared the plot to get ready for material deliveries, things like pit sand, river sand, quarry and road fill. It might look like just removing grass, but that grass can really mess up your mortar if it mixes with the sand. So it's really worth tidying up that area where you're going to store your materials. So good news is my land used to be farmed, so no trees to cut. It's already flat. And less groundwork means less money spent. So let's talk about costs as usual. So I paid $450 for the 2-roomed wooden cabin. I paid $20 for transport, $20 for installation. And I paid another $50 for ground clearing, and that brings the total up to $540. And that's not bad for a little structure that's going to save time, money and a lot of headaches. So before you rush into laying foundations, think about setting up a cabin. It's a small investment that would make your entire building process smoother and safer. So what have you done to prep your own land? Or what are you planning to do when you get yours? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experience, especially if you're doing this from abroad like me. As always, if you found this helpful, give the video a like so YouTube knows to show you the next episode. And if you're feeling generous today, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this journey, because we're just getting started. Catch you in the next one. Peace.